Welcome back. This is my makeup look today. It's just kind of soft and a bit purpley. Of course, all the products that I used on my face today will be listed down in the description box below if you want to check any of them out. And let's get right into the makeup. I'm trying a new foundation today. This is by Makeup Revolution. It's the Skin Silk Luminous Serum Foundation. I've never tried this before. It's on the newer side. I think it came out in like January of this year. Ooh, I didn't realize. Wait, what is this? No, I unscrewed the lid when I shouldn't have. There we go. It's just a little plump. I don't know. I have the shade F3. I think it was like the third lightest shade, maybe. I kind of swatched it in the store and it seemed to match very well. For my primer, since I'm trying a new foundation, I like to use the Hangover setting spray as my primer. I don't know what the texture of this is supposed to be like. It's a serum foundation, but there's nothing like talking about it, what it's supposed to be like. It seems when I put it on my brush, it's quite thin. It's not like a thick one. So I'm going to just kind of blend. It smells really good. It smells like very perfumey. So I think the shade match looks pretty good actually. I started with like about a half pump, which is covering like this much of my face. And then I'm going to do more on the other side and then like build it up in places where I want more. I really like what this foundation looks like. It's definitely on the thinner side, but I was able to like build it up on like the side of my face here where I wanted a little bit more like coverage there, and then I barely put any on my forehead, so like that's like the most sheerest part. And I think the shade match is really good. It was really easy to blend. It's a very thin formula, and so far I like it. I'm excited to see how it wears. For my concealer, I want to use this one that I kind of forgot I forgot I had it, and I really loved this one when I was using it a few months ago. It's the Physicians Formula Butter Glow Concealer. I have the shade Fair to Light, and I'm just putting a little bit of this underneath my eyes. I'm not going overboard, and then like I blend like this up onto my eyelids also. To set my whole face, I'm going to be using the RCMA just translucent loose powder, but I'm going to be trying this brush that I bought at Ulta as well. This is by Real Techniques. I don't have any powder brushes that are this big, and I saw this one there and I was like, you know, I need a really big fluffy. This is just their powder brush. That's all it says. There's not a number on it. And it looks like this, and it's quite a big brush, so I'm gonna try this out for blending on my powder, and then probably like blush as well. I usually use my powder brush for my blush also. For my blush, I'm going to use this palette by Pretty Vulgar. It's their Nesting Bitch Face palette. I forgot I had this palette. It's got some blushes. Seems to have 2 bronzers, 2 blushes, and 2 highlighters. Even though this one is like too dark to be a highlighter on me, I can use it for my eyes. I was packing for my trip last week and I stumbled across this palette and I'd forgotten I had it, so I brought it with me and I really liked using it because it's kind of got everything and I like the colors of them a lot. So I'm using the blush from this palette and I'm using the Mirror one, this one right here. It's more shimmery, the other one is a matte one. And I don't usually take my blush very far down. I kind of try to keep it up here, but just for today, I want to try taking it down a little bit farther because when I naturally like blush on my face, it goes all the way down here. I'm gonna pull it down just a little bit farther and like put some like right here as well, but just a little bit. And then I'm gonna take the highlighter from this palette. It's called Glimmers of BS on the side of this brush and use this like my highlighter up here. This isn't like an ideal brush for highlight, but it will work if you just use the side of it. And I like trying to like multi-purpose my face brushes. That way I don't have to pull out like 20 of them. And I can just use one for everything. First impressions, I like that brush a lot. It was really easy to use. It was big, so I could powder like my whole face really quickly. This is by Lottie London. It's the matte. It's the Stay Matte. I say matte AF every time because matte is the one that's in big letters, even though it's called, and they put Stay in like the tiniest little font right here. Stay Matte AF setting spray. This has quickly become one of my favorite setting sprays. Aside from the only downside to this setting spray that I don't like is that because it's a matte one, it's got some sort of little like powders or whatever mixed in there to make it matte. I don't know what they put in them. I guess they just don't put ingredients on setting sprays. I didn't know that. There's no ingredients on it, but whatever's in it that makes it matte, which has to be like a powder of sort. Sometimes when you spray it, there's like little powdery blotches on your face, but if you take a brush and just brush those away, they usually go away once it dries. But that's the only downside. It doesn't happen every time, but it happens sometimes. I've done my eyebrows, now I'm going to jump to my eyes. I'm not doing a lot on the eyes today. Also, my sister cut some layers into my hair yesterday. I've been wanting layers for a while, and just to like give it a little bit more of like volume so it's not so flat when I curl it, because then the curls kind of pull it down. and it looks kind of flat. And so far I really like what they look like. I think it gives a lot more like volume and like dimension stuff to it. I might get her to cut some more of them in a few days once I kind of figure out how I like these, like cut some even in the more the bottom pieces. But so far I like how it looks. I'm trying to grow my bangs out so that they kind of blend in with the rest of it. That's like my goal at the moment. This is what I'm going to be using on my lips. I'm doing a purple lip look. This is by Colourpop, and before I put on my lips, I'm going to use a little bit of this on my eyes. This is a lip cream, so it's just like a liquid lipstick. I don't know if it dries completely matte. I don't remember. Taking just a fluffy brush like this one. This one is by It Brushes. A little bit of this lip cream on the back of my hand. This, about like that much. This is by Colourpop. It's the Fresh Kiss Lip Cream. The shade is Oh Baby. Put on this brush and just start kind of blending it into my crease here, and I'm gonna like stamp it first and then blend it. I'm just doing a little bit in the crease, and then I'm going to pull a little bit of this on my lower lash line also here. I'm taking this highlighter by Urban Decay. It's the Naked Illuminated Highlighter, and I'm using this one because it's got quite a few speckles of like glitter in there. I'm taking it on kind of a pointy flattish brush like this one. This is just like a nail brush. And I'm going to just like put it over on top of my lid, on all the places, just on my whole lid where there's not the purple. And also use it as my inner corner highlight here. And my brow bone highlight. This specific highlighter is not available anymore. They don't sell it anymore, but you can use any sort of like eyeshadow or highlighter. This just a very light gold and has like a little bit of sparkle in it like that. I added some mascara, putting a little bit of a waterproof black pencil liner in just the upper waterline. And then lips, I'm using the Colourpop lip cream, and I'm not going in with a lip liner today, just because I don't want to. I probably should. And here's the finished makeup look. And that's the finished look. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope that you come back to my channel. Bye!